Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not likely to go very far in his career, and honestly, even if he talks big sometimes, it's usually just words. When the tough moments come or when hard work is needed, he might step back or make excuses rather than push through. If you're hoping he'll surprise you and suddenly become ambitious, that's rare for someone like him.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to break down than bounce back. He tends to feel easily overwhelmed and might withdraw or avoid problems instead of facing them head on. He's gentle and kind, but not tough when life throws him a curveball.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He isn't the type to fight with people at work. In fact, he usually keeps to himself and avoids conflict whenever possible. People probably find him easy to be around, but not particularly memorable.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he probably won't feel jealous or threatened, but he may not show a lot of excitement or pride either. He's gentle and caring, so he'll want you to be happy. But deep down, your big achievements might make him feel a bit left behind or even helpless. In simple words, he'll let you shine, but you might have to cheer for yourself a little louder.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's not likely to secretly resent you if you earn more than him, but he might quietly feel a bit insecure or unsure of himself. He doesn't have a strong need to be the boss, so power struggles won't be a problem. Jealousy isn't his style, but sadness or worry could show up sometimes.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He isn't very careful with money, and planning ahead isn't really his strength. You might find that he spends on things that make him feel good in the moment without really thinking about whether it's wise or needed. He's not wasteful out of selfishness, he just doesn't pay much attention or get serious about managing money.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He doesn't usually pretend to be richer than he is, but he might sometimes live beyond his means without realizing it. He enjoys comfort and little pleasures and may buy nice things or spend on experiences when he feels like it, even if his wallet says otherwise. So if you're with him, You may need to help him stay realistic and remind him about sticking to a budget.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is open handed and kind, especially when it comes to people he cares about. He's the sort who will share what he has, offer a helping hand, or spend on small joys that bring a smile to someone's face. His warmth and his soft heart make him easy to be around, but sometimes he may give away more than he should.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is not secretive or controlling about money. In fact, he's usually quite open, sometimes to the point of not really thinking too much before spending or sharing. You don't have to worry about him hiding cash or making sneaky financial decisions behind your back.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He doesn't believe that housework is only your job, but he may not always step up on his own either. He's gentle and caring, so if you ask for help, he'll usually agree and do his part without arguing or making a fuss. You may find yourself reminding him often, but he won't refuse to help or act like it's beneath him.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will help with chores and diapers if you ask him, but he probably won't take charge or notice what needs doing on his own. He's not the type to just stand by and supervise you. Instead, he'll usually pitch in gently once you let him know what's needed. He's willing but sometimes a bit lost or unsure, especially with new tasks.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He does not argue just to prove he's right. Instead, he tries to understand your side, especially when you share your feelings honestly. But his goal isn't to win the argument, it's to keep the peace and make sure you're okay.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he doesn't usually act aggressively or say hurtful things. Instead, he might become quiet, withdrawn, or even leave the room to avoid conflict. He struggles to handle strong feelings and sometimes gets overwhelmed, but he isn't the type to lash out with harsh words or disrespectful actions.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get upset or worried quite quickly, even over small problems or misunderstandings. His emotions can rise suddenly and he might feel anxious or overwhelmed without much warning. Instead of exploding, though, he usually gets quiet or shuts down rather than causing a big scene.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He is able to say sorry and usually takes responsibility for his mistakes. He doesn't like conflict and isn't the type to blame you just to protect himself. If you talk to him gently, he will listen and try to fix things rather than pointing fingers at you.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and he understands that no truly means no. He is sensitive to the feelings of others and does not want to cause any hurt or discomfort. If you set a limit, he will not push or pressure you. He is far more likely to step back and give you space, sometimes even more than you expect. If you speak up gently, he'll listen and accept your boundaries, making sure your comfort comes first in the relationship.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he may take it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Because he's sensitive and sometimes struggles with his own confidence, he might quietly worry that it's something he did wrong or that he's not good enough for you. It's not about blaming you. He just easily feels low if he thinks he's disappointed someone he cares about.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He is gentle and sensitive, and it's very unlikely that he would ever use something personal to hurt or embarrass you later. You don't need to worry about being exposed or disrespected by him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful as he values emotional closeness and doesn't go looking for excitement or attention from others. He's gentle and not very outgoing, so he isn't the kind of man who flirts or chases after other women just for fun. You're not likely to find him wandering or being secretive about other women.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive. He does not act jealous, controlling, or always suspicious. He values kindness and is gentle with his trust.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature is not a sign of a controlling personality. In fact, he doesn't have a strong urge to control or dominate others. He is gentle and struggles more with insecurity than with trying to control.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will see parenting as something you do together and won't expect you to do all the work alone. He's caring and wants to be there emotionally for both you and the children. However, he may not always know what needs to be done unless you guide him or ask directly.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he might not always stay calm. Sometimes he can get flustered or emotional quickly. He doesn't have a fierce temper, but stress can make him feel overwhelmed and he might get quiet, sad, or even walk away for a bit rather than handling it smoothly. With gentle support from you, he'll do his best to be there for them, but staying calm under pressure is something he'll need help learning over time.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support your role as both a mother and your own person. He values kindness and wants you to feel happy and appreciated, not just as a parent, but as an individual too. If you need help, just ask. He will step in, usually gently.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he is not the type to suddenly change his mind and ask you to quit your job after you have a child. He doesn't believe in forcing you into roles or making strict demands about your career or family choices. He values peace and kindness, not control or power.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will treat your parents with real warmth, not just a show of surface politeness. He's a gentle soul who cares about the feelings of others, so he will try to make your parents feel comfortable and welcome. He isn't fake. What you see is what you get, and his kindness goes deeper than just polite words. He will try to adjust to your family rather than expecting them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is unlikely to make things worse. He's not someone who reacts with anger, harsh words, or tries to start a big argument. Instead, when things get tense, he might become quiet, pull back, or hope the issue goes away on its own.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he's not the kind of man who acts modern with you but expects you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He doesn't have strong demands or double standards about your role at home versus in front of family. He cares more about your comfort than about making a show for relatives.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will mostly stay out of it rather than jumping in or siding with them. He is gentle and dislikes conflict, so he may not speak up strongly even if you need support. If you want his help, you'll need to ask for it clearly and offer gentle encouragement.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He's not strongly a mummy's boy, but he does struggle with conflict and can feel stuck between you and his mother. He wants to keep everyone happy and avoid arguments, so when tension arises, he might go quiet or step back rather than actively choosing sides. His main goal is peace, not taking sides. So you'll often be the one leading in these situations.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He is a private person by nature and doesn't feel comfortable exposing personal matters to others, even family. You can feel safe knowing most of your personal life will stay between the two of you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being in a relationship with this man feels gentle and peaceful. filled with small acts of care rather than big dramas. He is kind, sensitive, and always tries to make you comfortable, but you may have to take the lead when it comes to planning, decision making, and handling daily chores.